Alright guys, in today's lesson, we did this one. Y equals mx plus b. This is called slope intercept. Today we're going to try something different. Or tomorrow. We're going to do, it's called point slope. It is y minus y1 equals m onto x minus x1. M is still the slope, and x1 and y1, those are your points, or a point. x1, comma, y1. Okay, let's say we have this. And I say find an equation that goes through the point 2, -3 and has a slope of -3. So that's all they give us. Well, we have a point and a slope, which means we use a point slope formula, which is y minus y1 equals m onto x minus x1. Now the one you should know right away is the m. M is the slope. So you get this 3, and you're just going to put it right here. That's the m. So this is -3. Now we need to plug in numbers here for the y and the x. Now where do we get them from? We get them from the point. This is x and this is y. X, y. So we'll call this x1, we'll call this y1. Because they're points. They're the first point we have. We don't have any other points, so we're just going to call them the first one. So for x1, we're going to put in x1, which is 2. So this is 2. Then for y1, we're going to plug in this number. Okay, so we get the y1, plug it in here. So this is a -3. Now we just bring everything down. Bring down the y because we haven't used it yet. Y. You have to bring down the minus sign. Haven't used it yet. Minus. And then y1 is -3. So -3. Remember, minus makes a plus. So that's a plus. Equals, the m is -3. Have to bring down the parentheses. Have to bring down the x. Have to bring down the minus sign. And then we know that x1 is 2. Now over here I'm going to fix it up a little bit and leave it y plus 3 equals. Now I'm going to distribute right here. I'm going to put in -3 times x and then -3 times a -2. -3 times x is -3x, and -3 times a -2, a negative times a negative is positive, and 3 times 2 is a +6. There we go. Now, I forgot to mention this earlier, but the whole goal is to make it look like mx plus b. That way we can solve, we can graph it. Okay, so remember, we want to make it look like this over here, and we're almost done. What we need to do is move the +3. That way the y stays by itself. How do you move +3? We subtract 3. Now, the question is, do you put the -3 with the x or with the number? We put it with the number. The x you can leave alone. So -3 over here. This goes away. Here, let's for the y equals, bring this down, negative 3x, and then negative 6 plus 3, 6 minus 3. I'm sorry, it was 6 minus 3 is a positive 3. Now we have y equals negative 3x plus 3. Now it looks like this. You know that your slope, negative 3, and your y-intercept is 3. This is M, and this is B. Now, of course, we have to make it to standard form. We'll do that next. Okay, so let's fix this. Remember, standard form is ax plus by equals c. Remember, a, it can't be a negative and it can't be a fraction. So let's fix this. So I gotta move this 3x over here. How do you move a negative 3x? You add it. Plus 3x plus 3x. Goes away. Remember, you cannot add these. They're different letters. One's an x, one's a y. So leave them alone. 3x plus y equals 3. Is this positive? Yes. Is it a fraction? No. So we are good to go. That's good. This is your standard form. So that's the question on the notes. Okay, this is the last question of the video, and is the next question on your notes. Well, an equation with a slope of 2, and it has to go through the point 49. So it has a point and a slope, which means we have to use point slope, which is y minus y1 equals m onto x minus x1. Remember, we should know the slope is 2, so this is 2. Here's the point. So this is x1, this is y1. So let's fix it. x1 is 4, the first number right here. y1 is the second number over here, which is 9. And then we just write everything down. Bring down the y. So y. Bring down the minus sign. Minus. And then you know it's 9 equals. Bring down the 2. Bring down the parentheses. It's too much. Okay, so what was it? Oh, yeah. Bring down the parentheses. Bring down the minus sign. And then we know it's 4. And then let's fix it up. This is still y minus 9 equals, remember here we're going to do 2 times x. 2 times x is 2x. Then 2 times negative 4. 2 times negative 4 is a negative 8. Almost done. Let's get this y by itself over here. So you get y by itself, so we have to move the negative 9. So you add 9. Remember, you can't add it to the x, because that's a letter. So we'll put plus 9 here. So y equals 2x, and negative 8 plus 9 is a positive 1. So there's your equation. Y equals 2x plus 1. Your slope is 2, and your y-intercept is 1. Now let's make it standard form and we're done. Y equals 2x plus 1. Remember, we want to make it look like ax plus by equals c. Remember that a cannot be negative and it can't be a fraction. Okay, so we have to move 2x. It's a positive, so we will subtract it. Remember, these are different. You cannot combine them. So negative 2x plus y equals 1. Dang it, that's a negative 2. We gotta fix it now. So, let's multiply everything times. How to get rid of a negative number? Well, put a negative 1. Negative 1 times 2 is now a positive 2x. Negative 1 times a positive 1 is a negative 1. Oh. Negative 1y equals, and then negative 1 times a 1 way over here is a negative 1. There's your standard form.